Hi, everyone. I wanted to come to you live because I wanted to talk about this one thing. Did you know that one gene does not write your story? You do. And what do I mean by that is we are not doomed. Just because we might have been dealt with some DNA from our parents that maybe we have predisposition for diabetes, heart disease, cancer, any of those things, and you are not doomed based on your DNA. You have control. This is epigenetics at its finest. And I just wanted to come to you to talk a little bit about what I'm doing because several years ago, I had two big events happen in my life. One was my brother died at the age of 49, way too young. And medically, as I witnessed this and saw this, I knew that I needed to go further. I knew I needed to figure out what it was that caused this, that biologically deep to the root of it, how he could have prevented it. And the second thing is my dad was declining from Alzheimer's. And I was worried because I did start to read in the medical literature about DNA and Alzheimer's, right? Some of you might have seen the same things. And so I knew there was a gene out there. And I wanted to help other people to live a life of longevity. I had a baby right at the age almost of 40. And I knew when I started to look ahead in the future that Bella, I could easily miss her most important events of her life, down to even her graduations from high school, college. She wants to go to medical school, although I try to talk her out of it, but medical school, she has all these aspirations, and then she wants to get married. She wants to have kids. And I want to be there. But when I started to calculate how old I was going to be, because I had her at 40, it could easily go another way. And all of these things combined as I hit the perimenopause, menopausal years and had massive symptoms, was not doing well, I just thought to myself, I had to do something. And so I went into functional medicine and functional DNA genomics. And I started to learn the root cause and the biological pathways that all kind of coincide. And what I found was there was multiple pathways for certain diseases, right? And when I looked at my own DNA in terms of Alzheimer's, I was predisposed to Alzheimer's because I had one gene. I'm predisposed to insulin resistance and diabetes and leptin resistance. I'm predisposed to some cardiovascular stuff. Like when I looked at my whole picture, I knew that I had to get well. I needed to get fit if I wanted to be here for the long haul. I want to sit on the floor with my great grandchildren. I know, think about that, how old I will be, but that is just chronological. It's not biological. And if you want to reverse your biological age, you want to get into doing this now, like doing something for your health. And one of the best things that I did was convert my patients over to these drops. And I cannot tell you how incredible the results have been, because when people start to change their biological pathways because of the ingredients in here, then they start to witness health, right? I've had so many patients not just lose weight. It's not just the weight loss that it's doing. It's actually putting into balance the leptin and ghrelin. It's actually working at the deep cellular level. When you look at DNA, people have these variants that increase their risk for leptin resistance and insulin resistance. They have these variants that make them predisposed actually to more symptoms of perimenopause, in fact, and estrogen dominance. Put together combined, I was writing for supplements individually before I found these. And then because these had about 6 to 8 of the ingredients I was writing for based on somebody's DNA, I started to switch to my patients. And I just got faster results, and people were winning. People were enjoying the health benefits. They were bringing their blood work to me saying, oh my gosh, my hemoglobin A1C, my fasting sugar is down. They were saying my cholesterol was down. And I'm not saying that this diagnoses or treats anything. I'm not your doctor, so you've got to go to your doctor. So please do that. But I want you to know, do something for your health, do something for your longevity, get yourself into wellness this next year. That's all I wanted to say. I'm super passionate about DNA, health, and wellness. So thanks for listening.